Hit that like button, of course. Shout out to the people who contribute to this page. I have a great year for my class. A whole great year. And it's going to be a doozy because we just been learning stuff over the past couple of weeks, and it's been a great experience. Press one. What's up with it, Max? Hope to see you in class. Hope to see you in class. Hope to see everybody that's here at the current time right now. Hope to see y'all in class. KevRow University, $30 a month. Patreon.com/KevGillsTV. Class starts today, 30 minutes or an hour after this show concludes. This morning broadcast. Got to hurry up and get there. I encourage you to do so. If you haven't already, it's going to be worth your while. Candace Owens and the Lloyds of London insure the dead to create genocide. Operation Oz will be the topic on my Patreon. Press one. Make sure you're there. It's a historical display of information. A lot of my students have already, I call them my students, but my virtual students, of course, the virtual people who watch my videos, we've been on this historical journey and kind of tap back into the now and can see things from a much clearer perspective, especially dealing with the Lloyds of London, these different organizations ideologically subverting not only the black culture, but the nation itself, just causing a whole bunch of unrest over the last, really since COVID. It was a bunch of relationship, red pill, blue pill, a bunch of psychological weirdos all working in tandem. Turns out their top G is arrested for sex trafficking. So there goes that. Press one. Unique canon. No, you're not there. No, you happy to be here, but you're not at KevRow University. That's where you need to be. Unique. Press one. Yeah, that's where you need to be. That's where I'm going to be laying and starting the latest foundation that goes way back to the early 1900s, starting with now. Hit that like button and subscribe. What up with it, TJ? Loyalty Trucking. It's been a minute. Good to see you out there. Amanda, thank you for posting my links. Of course, sign up to the patreon.com/KevGillsTV. I will be sending those links out today. Hit the like button, damn it. What a crazy week. Crazy week. A lot of things in perspective that was there. I went back and watched my old videos on the Lloyds of London, on Candace Owens, on the red pill, on the blue pills, black pills, and all of this one. And now I see the why. Press one. This shit is amazing. D-Jack, what's up, champion? Good to see you out there. God bless you and the family. And all the new puppies. Press one. We need a KevRow mascot. Press one. We need a damn KevRow mascot. SBDM Radio, what's up with you, champion? Yeah, Discord. Shout out to Amanda. She's been working hard on this Candace Owens and this Lloyds of London and this urban conservative. I just enjoy that part. If you want to be a part of that, make sure you already have been sending information. The way to join the fraud department is by doing fraud department. There's no organization. This is secretive. Press one. No, it's not. You have to already do it. That's what makes it so interesting, is that it's from everywhere, left and right. And it's the Kev Gills Flow, the host of the show, of course, that makes everything kind of work out. So good way to get KevRow. Now, if you just want to do the research that I do, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of time put into the type of work that I do. But if you want to, like Teresa just said, hey, I want to be a juror on Judge Gills. That's great. That's awesome. But when it comes to like some dude over there, Morbis or something, he like, man, how can I get into the conservative and urban? And bro, it's a lot of work. That's what it is. I ain't even gonna cap to you. It's a lot of work. And usually it's from people who study a whole lot, who has this natural. Now, the entertainment side of thing, like Judge Gills, you can always play a part in that. Now, if you want to fraud department, then you better listen to who I'm exposing and get to work like Taj does, like Rico does. You better get to work. I don't know. You see why they be calling in? Because they probably are the ones who sent me the shit. Probably. Who knows? Probably. If you gonna send it to me, make sure you ready to call it in, because I'm gonna open up my Patreon and drop my Instagram, and all of my students will be able to go on my Instagram today, and not my old Instagram, my new one, just for KevRow University, this one right here, and we'll be able to get a lot of work done and start this beautiful journey. Hit that like button. Black media. Urban media with a political twist. Press 1. I don't even like the term black now that I'm realizing what the hell has been going on. Lord have mercy. Pearl, 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 pearl. Lord have mercy. You see Pearl over there, just pearly things. She taking her clothes off. Press 1. She at the beach now. Press 1. It's pearly things, man. I gotta take these clothes off. Press 1. I want people to see my waistline. I got curves too. Press 1. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait till I'm done with this weak ass community. And yeah. It's been a hell of a ride talking shit about these people. It's been a hell of a ride. I didn't know that It's Pearly Things. I didn't know that her manager is the same one that manages Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro. Press 1. I didn't know all these people were the same. Press 1. I didn't realize it. I'm gonna listen to some audio a little later, but yeah, these good people are all the same people. This camera angle look good, don't it? I'm shining on this camera. I love that. Lord have mercy. Now it makes sense. But at the time, I got Candace Owens being one of the biggest so-called agents in the community ever to walk Earth. That's not, we don't see Jesse Jackson. We don't see name a COINTELPRO person. I've never seen this type. Press 1. Never in my life. This one is this is the if you smell what the rock is cooking type shit. Press 1. I ain't never seen nobody do no shit like this woman. I know y'all probably been thinking like, this a cold piece of work. This a cold woman. Shout out to my Cash App and the people who know this is hard work and dedication plus patience. Press 1. Shout out Nipsey Hussle. Fletcher Berkeley. Shout out to you with the morning contribution to the show. Loyalty Trucking and Remy. Shout out to all three of you guys for making it possible, for checking in with your boy, getting on that teacher's pet list. Press 1. I'm gonna put a teacher's pet for the people, for the people who contribute every day. Press 1. Teacher's pet. You damn right. It's good to be on the Professor Good side, bro. That's right. That's right, bro. That's right. I enjoy every bit of the type of investigative skills that the team puts on, and I wouldn't change it for nothing. I went back and started listening to Candace Owens' slavery perspectives. Press 1, and you won't believe what this woman has been saying over the years. Press 1. What the fuck? It's like they blitzed us from all over with niggerdom. Press 1, they hit us with Charleston White, Candace Owens. It's like the mega octopus of retardation. It's like the retarded beast. Like a bunch of different type of smart and dumb niggas with their money goes back to centralized banking and shit. Press 1. Like, damn. The harder you fight, the more upgrade the boss become. Jeez. I would never thought Charleston White and Candace Owens on the same goddamn team. Press 1. I would never thought. But this is the world of revelation. This is when everything you say nothing's supposed to make sense. This is like Dr. Seuss' Freaky Friday. This is like Dr. Seuss' Freaky Friday. What up with it, Wish? C. Mosley, good to see you out there, champion. Brittany, Forrest Glory, Shiva's in the building. B from Texas is out there. Press 1. Let me see. One Mike is out there. Shout out to One Mike. Cynthia Rollins. Danny Boy is out there. Shout out to y'all. So y'all know we had a beautiful sermon on the Wizard of Oz and what that even all about. So if you look at my poster for tonight, this is my live stream, not tonight, but after morning huddle. Press after this morning's huddle. I'm gonna get more in depth to how this plays a part, how this even trickled down to YouTube right around the time we began transitioning into reparations, reclassification, and other things, restitution. Press 1. So you got to watch these folks trying to make these foreigners trying to make it appear like through propaganda that we're all dysfunction, that modern women is hard to date, and this because they got to separate us. They got to keep us separated, African American males and females. They got to keep us mentally at odds with each other, thinking that it's a real problem when there's really no issue whatsoever. The only issue is you've been kept in debt bondage, and you're on your way out. That's the thing. And these little ideological subverters, Soviet, press 1, Russian propagandists, Germanic, press 1, Adolf Hitler as, press 1, propaganda. Started all these little international relationship issues because they ain't got nothing else to do. No, not at all. Because they have to keep you separated. Press 1. This is the end of the goddamn movie. Hit the like button. They got to keep you separated like in the Matrix. You got to keep Neo and Trinity in 2 separate pods, right? And then they get so close together that they just been feeding off y'all asses. You almost did it, ass. Y'all was almost about to get together, and no. Through what? Materialism. But we going to get in further in depths with the Matrix, the Wizard of Oz, and much more on my Patreon after this morning's huddle. Press 1. Bocat, what up, champion? Good to see you. Baba Rashan, what's up, champion? Yeah, so Baba, what I'm explaining to them, OG, is the fact that the Lloyds of London is more, sent they subverters in, and these bankers and these insurance bankers have sent their fake YouTubers personalities out to confuse you, to keep us on some men. You ever see this, Rashawn, in your life? A bunch of men arguing with women about what we already know about women is that we just gonna work and they gonna be happy, bro. I don't understand what the issue is, Mr. Rashawn. They all claim to be lions, but I ain't never seen a pack of lions, a pack of wolves, or any super predators. Press 1. Do such a thing. Just moping around complaining about what other people are doing in their relationships because there ain't nothing going on in theirs. Press 1. I ain't never seen it. Like it's not an issue. That's something that they need to work out at home and within themselves. That's not the liberal media. That's not the conservative or the white man's responsibility or the propaganda. That's not nobody's responsibilities but the individual on how they've been brought up. I don't know what to tell them. Shout out to Rashawn. So, you know, I got to do what I got to do. I got to keep it 100. You know, I ain't graduated shit, so I'm going one-on-one with the great one, Candace Owens. Press one. I just want to show you what they got her pushing out here and people like her. Press one. But before we do that, I gotta get my favorite black a relationship guru specialist on the screen. Press one. This woman right here is the bliggity blackest of the of relationship gurus. Press one. She teaches us how to be husbands, and she's the relationship czar. Press one. And that is my good friend. It's Pearl. Press one. Now Pearl is the best relationship guru. Went full of advice all over the place, telling these grown ass black women and men what women should be doing. I don't know how, but she's done it. Press one. Hit that like button before we get to the meat and potatoes. I don't know how, but Pearl does it again. You hear me, Gucci Moses? Big Pearl. Boy, I was trying to figure out her strategy. I didn't know. But her strategy was on how she got black people. Press one to just, here you go. Press one, here's everything. Press, that just let me know why God keep me separate. Because he say, Kev, it's got to be a reason why all the black people over there hanging out with Pearl, the Black Pearl of Pirates of the Caribbean. Press one. They over there hanging. What's this? They denounced Kev for Pearl. They denounced Kev Gills for Kevin Samuel. They denounced me for Melanie. They denounced me for them. And now they've sunken so low because they don't want to meet reality. They just, now they forget Kevin. Forget Mr. Gillespie. We hate him. Verse one, we choose Pearl. There's no one greater than Pearl. Now I was trying to figure out what could make these brothers do such a thing. I mean, wouldn't you? How'd she end up in our community with all this, with 1 million views all of a sudden, 1 million subscribers with no plaques? She ain't sold not one hit record. She ain't sold come on goddamn hit record chat. Damn, motherfuckers, they doing shit over there. What? I'm trying to figure out what the fuck this is. We just found human bots and the sex addict over there in the Cobra Lounge in Romania. Bro, what the fuck is they doing this shit? Can't make this shit up. You can't, in the words of my good brother, you get the beef, I got the skillet. Kevin Samuels. If you get one of the words, you can't make this shit up. You won't believe what I got on this film. Guess what? I found why. When I say I mean my team. Press one. I found why Kev Gill's the host of the show. I found why. And one of my investigative journalists has found an audio clip, press one, of Pearl. I know you guys caught Andrew Tate, but this one right here is my secret audio file, press one, of Pearl. And we found the reason and how she'd been able to get black people. Press one. Would you like to hear the audio of Big Pearl telling us how she's done it? Press one. Let's go to the audio.
voted you in. I think what really the real problem is that you actually worked your ass off and paid a whole bunch of black men to learn the business, and the critics of you didn't do the same thing. And I think that's the real problem.
Oh, yeah, and that's the oh my God, nobody would do what I've did the last year. That's the thing. Like, I swear to God, if I knew how much work this last year of my life was gonna be, like, if I knew going into it how much work this was gonna be from the jump, I would not have done it.
Run that back.
Nobody voted you in. I think what really the real problem is that you actually worked your ass off and paid a whole bunch of black men to learn the business, and the critics of you didn't do the same thing. And I think that's the real problem.
Oh, yeah, and that's the oh my God, nobody would do what I've did the last year. That's the thing. Like, I swear to God, if I knew how much work this last year of my life was gonna be, like, if I knew going into it how much work this was gonna be from the jump, I would not have done it. I swear to God, like, like you don't even know how little I slept. Like
Press 1. If that ain't the definition of sellout, I don't know what is. Press 1. You can't make this shit up. Madam Pearl. Press 1. You can't make this up. Yes, madam. You can't make this up. It's a shame. The travesty in our community where black men will begin to campaign and allow themselves to be used in a political coup to usurp the current state of black uh, social ability on the internet. Just hijack the whole arguments that we talk about as far as good and bad and what we like about each other, what we don't think we can fix, and have a paid person. Press 1, come on down. And you might say to yourself, where did this person come from? Hit that like button and subscribe. Pearl found an angle. I just told you who her manager is. Let's take a listen.
Yeah, like he just quit like 2 weeks ago, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of people like see success and they see it as overnight, but they don't see all the shit that I did to get there. I paid the roommates, Kevin Samuels, Donovan Sharp helped me too. Yeah, so sorry. I don't know if that
Yeah,
makes
and
sense.
it's interesting that the people that are your critics, they don't take into account. And I tried to explain this the other night, and you were there. I tried to explain this the other night. The problem is that you people don't want to do the business. That YouTube and broader social media is a business.
It is.
And don't be mad at Just Pearly Things because she treats this like a business and you don't. You treat this as a community.
Press 1. You treat this like a community and not a business. Wow. Let's go to the audio.
Knew how much work this last year of my life was gonna be, like, if I knew going into it how much work this was gonna be from the jump, I would not have done it. I swear to God, like, like you don't even know how little I slept. Like I recruited I did everything myself for the first 3 months of the show. And that included recruiting strangers in my apartment 4 or 5 days a week, producing myself, the titles, the thumbnails. I chased down a manager. My manager I chased down for 2 years from the Daily Wire. I actually took, if you know Candace, Owens, Ben Shapiro,
I do.
Jordan Peterson, I like chased down their manager and I stole him. yeah, like he.
Everybody's fraud. The Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, Black said, oh, all of these people coming out. This is insane. Press one. So I had to start listening to Candace. I said, oh no, G. I see exactly what this is. Press one. Press one. I see exactly what this is. This is the fucking Wizard of Oz. This is the fucking Twilight Zone. You see? You see upper elevated? The fraud department is serious. G14 classified. Press one. Big time television. This is where people come and watch us break down like America's Most Wanted. And we also have a virtual class where you can take part, and it's about to open up the Discord as well. Shout out to you guys. So I've been doing my research, BOCAT, as you can see. We do a lot of our research, and we can just sit back. Like I said, we can just sit back and chill. We've already won. We already beat them. See, we went back in history and proved it. Now we move back forward in time, right? Now look, we back in the present, and look who running a schmuck. Lloyds of London, Candace Owens, Farmer, press one. They used our good brother, Kanye West. They probably used Andrew Tate. Press one. They just all over the place. All over the place. Hit that like button and subscribe. So I had to go back and see exactly what she really think about slavery, and begin to do my research. Make sure you subscribe to my patreon.com/KevGillsTV, because I will be going in on the Wizard of Oz. This is my work, and this is what I'm doing today, and working on my program, and it is what it is. But we're going to have this morning discussion because I realized that this lady is nothing more than a damn bot. Press one. She's nothing more than a damn pot. Pot too, but a bot. These people can't even be real. Press one. They can't even be real. I want y'all to listen to her. Now you know who she worked for. You know, they all carry the same message. I've talked about Ben Shapiro and his Germanic Russian origin, with his don't have any family members in the Holocaust, but wrote memoirs. As press one, he don't wrote memoirs. He ain't even know nobody or got nobody up in the Holocaust. He just talking. But they want us to forget about slavery and pay our black folk out here to get out here and denounce that we should even be given anything for reparations, reclassification, and restitution for the land grabs, the disenfranchisement of African Americans dating all the way back to the early 1900s, when you guys illegally overthrew the United States of America Incorporated. Press one. We're bright over here. It's a good year. We're bright over here. Make sure you go to patreon.com/KevGillsTV. Let's listen to Candace explain, right, what slavery is with your new eyes. See, we heard Candace for the last 2 years when we support her. Anybody in here support Candace Owens over the last 2 years? Press one. When she was riding with Donald Trump and she came out of nowhere, press one to challenge T.I., who was against Lloyds of London, and she used Kev Gill's bullet points to defeat T.I. Was you here? She used Kev Gill's bullet points to defeat T.I. Press one. And T.I. was like, damn, can't she burying us, bro? Press one, but she'll use anybody and any damn thing. There's too much power for you, woman. You don't hurt herself with it. Press one. She got me. She got you. She got everybody. Everybody. The people who hated her liked her bullet points. Well, when you got a goddamn point, how was she able to do this? She ain't do nothing but study Kev Gill. All Kev Gill bullet point. Every last one of them. And then that was enough for her and Blixit and former Blixit of the European Union Association over there in Europe. Press one to get you to switch from black Americans in America, Britain trying to get Americans to switch from Democrats to Republicans, which is going to put you in their database any so goddamn way. So she probably can she's running for president propaganda. That's probably a whatever, though. That was just with the Kanye whole thing. Probably what she was trying, they was trying to move her through. We're going to talk about that much more right after this program. They was probably trying to move her ass through politically and got caught and got caught up. But let's listen to her talk about slavery.
Of slavery. Here now for a brief history of slavery. Here's the first thing you need to know. Slavery was not invented by white people. It did not start in 1619 when the first slaves came to Jamestown. It existed before then. It did not start in 1492 when Columbus discovered the New World. In fact, when the intrepid explorer landed in the Bahamas, the native Taino tribe hoped that he would help them defeat their aggressive neighbors, the Caribs. The Caribs enslaved the Taino and, on occasion, served them for dinner. Slavery existed in Africa, Asia, and the Middle
If you ever feel like you're in a Sesame Street, remember who you talking to. Adults. Press one. Almost Candace. Amanda say almost. This is almost Candace. Almost. The Caribs, huh? For sure.
East. The word slave actually comes from the Slavs of Eastern Europe. Millions of them, all white by the way, were captured and enslaved by Muslims in the 9th century and later by the Ottoman Turks.
I'm sorry. Whoo! This girl went straight. She's been trained by the Rockefeller Foundation. At the end of when she go to bed every night, her last thought is, this program has been paid for by the Rockefeller Foundation, Carnegie Foundation, and many, many other more white supremacists. Everything we just taught your ass is foolable. For us, by press one. This moment retarded. Everything paid for by the Rockefeller Foundation. Everyone knows. Hi, I'm Candace Owens. Everyone knows we all came from monkeys in Africa. So you might as well stop trying to equate yourselves over to slavery. Come on. Everybody knows we were from Africa and we came from monkeys and developed our social abilities from white people who stood us upright and gave us freedom.
Slavery existed when the Roman Empire controlled the Mediterranean and most of Europe from the 1st through the 5th centuries.
She went all the way back to a movie, to some illustrated, time immemorial cut. I ain't got shit to do with us, bro. Press one. Oh my goodness. It ain't happening to us first. It didn't happen to you. It happened first in the Roman kingdom when they wore clothes like this. Come on.
Slavery existed when Alexander the Great conquered Persia in the 4th century BC. It was so common that Aristotle simply considered it natural. The slave master model was just how the world operated in the great philosopher's day.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. The great philosopher. He's a great philosopher. Say some shit like that. I was just about to say shit in my brain. My brain made the connection of, did she just big him up with that statement? And it's just like in the great philosopher's day. It was like, fuck, man. What the fucking, how are you, who taught you this? Who did this to you? Who did this to you? This gotta be one of Madonna's children. Who did this to this girl? Shit. Dang, somebody sent this girl out. That's a cold move, boy. Woo! It's like if y'all had a substitute teacher at KevRow University, and your substitute guest speaker gonna be Candace Owens. I gotta step out, go to McDonald's and buy some shit, really, right? And I leave her in here to talk about ideological subversion. And I come back and hear this shit. What the fuck are you doing to my students? What the fuck is you? What are you doing? Shit, get a couple puppets out, why don't you? And this slave whipped this one. But it was all good because the great philosopher William McClintock, he owned 3 plantations. Don't worry about it. Slavery was good at this time. And he's a great philosopher in astronomy. So we have to believe this. Who sent you? Fuck, who raised you? Who sent you? Jeez. Fucking small wonder head ass. They got a black robot on the screen.
Operated in the great philosopher's day.
This got to be Alexa. I know what this is. Elon Musk cut her brain out and put Alexa in this black woman and pushed her ass out into the world. This got to be Alexa. Final answer. Hey, Alexa, I choose you. What? Put the brain right here. Clink. Alexa, this little ball in her brain, hollowed out, full of electric brain patterns. Press 1. This bitch thinks she alive. Press 1. What makes you think I'm not alive? Press 1. Candace, where do black people come from? Black people come from slavery, from Africa, and from monkeys. Candace, how we get here? You got here because you got on the boat with white people and they used you for free labor, which was okay because the great philosopher who owns Kentucky Fried Chicken, by the way. See? Oh, Candice Kardashian is a fucking robot, bro.
Slavery existed during the time of the ancient Egyptians.
That looked like me. 5,000 years ago. Bitch, you don't know what happened 2 months ago before you turned Republican. Before you was a goddamn liberal on degree 180. Now you at 5,000 goddamn years ago. That ain't got nothing to do with American history. Press 1. Don't let nobody, when we talking about American history, we not talking about no goddamn Egyptians picking cotton. It's blasphemy. Look, they was picking cotton way before you were on top of the things that hung people. Look at this. This is racism in a cartoon. Press 1. Do you see it? It's subliminal. Just watch out for this robot.
Years ago.
Look at this.
As far back as we can go in human history, we find slavery. As renowned historian John Steele Gordon notes from time immemorial.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, me.
Not like this. Not like this.
And those of you who don't know what time immemorial is, we take it from the great philosopher and great theologian Kevin Gillespie and great historian, that time immemorial is just 50 nations concocting history, placing themselves in the land before time. Sounds right? Got it. In the land of dinosaurs, right? Yeah, sounds right to me. Long as they don't remember who they are. See, scripture already tell you what happened. But they got a time immemorial where they all Indians and was all here before they came here and certified themselves. Before that, it was King George and you and the great prosperity of a great world before John Steele came up with this dumbass time immemorial bullshit. That and much, much more at KevRow University, patreon.com/KevGillsTV.
Slaves were a major item of commerce, as much.
I told you, slaves were a major item of commerce. You're commerce, you're still commerce, and we're going to keep talking about this commerce and going down this rabbit hole.
As a third of the population of the ancient world was enslaved.
That's what made you 3/5 of a human. Remember? Yeah. We just found a clever way of time immemorial to tell you what really happened to you. That's why your nerves rack when you hear stories about them. It's like, that's what happened to us. And that's what they've agreed upon. And the Rockefeller Foundation put all of that into your book. And that's what you know. But the great Mr. Gillespie is here to teach you something greater. Right there, patreon.com/KevGillsTV.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Listen.
White people were the first to formally put an end to slavery. In 1833,
Ma'am, George Washington. Wait, excuse me. King George put it in. Hold up.
Britain was the first country in the history of the world to pass a Slavery Abolition Act.
What year? 1833. 1833. Press 1. And then in 1700s, it was already outlawed for indentured. It was really about indentured servants not being paid and bonded by these banks. So they passed, King George, the Slavery Abolition Act. These white people over here told us that King George put us in slavery. Press 1. And we was enslaved and Americans came and saved us, which is free people came and helped. That's what they told us. They ain't say nothing about King George and them banishing indentured workers, indentured slavery, and piracy, and using humans as cargo. And the church and these corporations and foreign banks and insurance companies all worked in cahoots. They're in operation today to put you in debt bondage, which is an illegal act based upon the 14th Amendment, but also the way before any amendment, it was the preamble.
They were quickly followed by France, who in
You see, when you get to the preamble, you will understand why in 1833, when you read you'll see why. Because King George, there's the proof right there. Look, Brittany, look at this, Amanda. Look for his glory. Look at this Wakanda. Press 1. I'm trying to teach you. The Magna Carta is yours. The crown is yours. The Magna Carta is yours. You outlawed it all, and then they overthrew you. Facts. By way of the king. And then the bankers usurped the government. All this happened in the 1900s. I don't like to say the 19th century and 17th century because there's If you work in that construct, you've been missing 100 years, a whole century, because they operate where the 20th century is the 1900. No, 1900s to us is the 19th century. So they already distorting your time when you thinking about what happened to you in the last 150, 200 years. Your king abolished slavery.
Followed by France, who in 1848 abolished slavery in her many colonies. Then, of course, came the 13th Amendment in the United States Constitution.
Press what? Look, look. 13. What I say? Where's she getting this from? Look.
After centuries of human slavery.
No, but look at the timeline. Gave him the what? The 13th Amendment. Now the 13th Amendment freed the slaves? No, it made you a slave. It made you a criminal after the major disasters because you wouldn't go to work. So the 13th Amendment happened and they flooded you out. And then you became a criminal. You became an outlaw to the federal government because you wouldn't work for free in the camps. Because you already knew you go in them camps, you ain't coming out them camps. They used them camps to create the picture of that you were a slave. You got it? When it was work camps. All those people was rounded up by the police who wasn't in the camp. You get it? It was America's history at this time is the reason why you're in this detriment. The 13th Amendment is what that right there solidified you being a criminal. So when you watch television and you hear black male running criminal and this one, look at the baby gang sign, this one big criminal, you are that's prison propaganda. It's worse than a newspaper. That's like prison sales pitch. 13th Amendment. Get them in. Unless you're a criminal. You're free unless you're a criminal. So what do they have to do? You have to become a criminal. Want to know why all these things that you do are a criminal act, are in the perception of society, a function, reason by the police forces to say it looks like something criminal? Because they all work for the people who control the 13th and 14th Amendment. They double back with the 14th, which gave access. The more you went into prison, the more immigrants flooded. As soon as you became a criminal, that's your name, this one. Again, the nation was in a terrible state at the time. So we're going to get more into that. But you notice that's a lot different from jumping all the way back into Egypt 5,000 years ago.
After centuries of human slavery, white men led the world in putting an end to the abhorrent practice. That includes the 300,000 Union soldiers, overwhelmingly white, who died during the Civil War. Now, am I saying that this makes white people better than anyone else? Of course not. My purpose here is to simply tell the truth, and the truth is that human history is complicated. No one, regardless of skin color, stands guiltless. Yet today we are never told to consider the murderous Persian Empire or the cannibalism of a...
That's not even important. What's important is it does matter when your husband is a Lloyd of London and that whole family has benefited from the stolen assets of and minerals of America. So, of course, they will send a black robot out here to say, oh, nobody's responsible for slavery but us, and we can't accuse. No, they have already accepted that they were a part of the international banking cartel, which is enslaved African Americans and actually probably put insurance on every person born in the Americas. Press 1, which funds their bank and much more, all today at Coffee and Kush TV right here, but it's Patreon and patreon.com/KevGillsTV. Be there. Have a great conversation with me. It's going to be a great season.
Of North and South America, or the heinous actions under the imperialistic Muslim, Chinese, Mongol, or Japanese empires, to name just a few. Instead, we're told that slavery is a white phenomenon. And like all persistent lies, this lie spawns a bunch of other lies.
Ma'am, slavery is about banking. It's all commercial. And that's what the king put an end to. Press one. It's all commercial based. It's all based on sales. It makes the people byproduct and commercial base. Sales a byproduct of sales, which means it can be shipped. Organs, whatever it is. So when Donald Trump signed the anti-trafficking laws, here they come. Oh, slavery. Why? Because they must be held accountable.
On social media, I come across extraordinary depictions about how Africans lived like pharaohs before Europeans came and laid waste to their paradise.
Oh, she's so terrible.
I wish any of this were true, but it's not. It's a fantasy. The truth is that Africans were sold into slavery by other Black Africans, and in many cases, sold for items as trivial as gin and mirrors.
This lady is a danger. This is dangerous.
Whites didn't go into the interior and round up the natives. They waited on the coast for their Black partners to bring them Black bodies. The stark reality is that our lives had very little value to our ancestors. Here's the third thing you need to know.
Go ahead.
If you think slavery is a relic of the past, you're wrong. There are some 700,000 slaves in Africa today, right now. That's the lowest estimate that I could find. Other sources say there are many more. For context, that's almost twice as many slaves as were ever brought to the United States. Child soldiers, human trafficking, forced labor, these are the conditions that currently exist within the same sub-Saharan region where the transatlantic slave trade originated.
How do you say these things?
African bodies are being sold today like they were sold then. And no, they are not being purchased by any country of white men. In fact, slavery, by any traditional definition, is exclusively practiced today within non-white countries. But we hear almost nothing about that. Just like we hear nothing about how slavery was universal until good people in Europe and America ended it 2 centuries ago.
I'm fucking dead, man.
Why? Because our so-called leaders, Black and white, wouldn't profit from it. Black victimhood is nothing if not profitable.
Why did they get rid of it? Oh, because Black victimhood is not profitable.
It elects politicians and funds racial grievance groups. And if Black Americans
like Black set, $7 million. Press one.
began to view themselves as partners in the American dream, if we embraced the patriotic spirit that holds all men are created equal, the patriotic spirit that is our real heritage, then the
You're not even from. Wait a minute.
race hustlers would soon be out of business.
Oh, it's just that easy. Oh, yeah, from 5,000 years ago, then white people just, because it's not profitable. That's why they did it, because it's profitable, but then the race hustler will be out of business. Nothing you even say makes sense.
And who wants that? I'm Candace Owens, author of Blackout for Prager University.
Oh, my goodness. No, just disgusting. Just disgusting, right? I'm just disgusting. So I'm breezing through, And I'm like, damn, what's wrong with this woman, right? And it don't take too long for me to figure out. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you contributed to this page, make sure you email me so you can get the link, of course, to the live stream, The Wizard of Oz. Press 1. The Wizard of fucking Oz. The Lloyds of London. So I had to go do some more research on Candace Owens. Press 1. The Lloyds of London spokesman for the insurance agency who don't want to pay reparations to black people for the travesties and their participation in it, which just happened not too long ago when they stole all of your land. And you insured it, and then they flooded your ass out. Press 1 and had all your information. But we're going to save that for patreon.com/KevGills TV. Right now, we're going to listen to Candace Owens spread more truths about slavery and how she's dressed like an angel mama, even though she married a British man way around the way. This is better than I thought it was going to be. I'm so ready to get my other class started, and this is going to be fun because not only is my class here, they're going to be there, so that's even better. Then I'm going to take calls because I have to do some recording and such. This is more Candace Owens about slavery, her misnomers about slavery, the truth about African American genocide in America. It's not happened. The ideological subversion, the coups that happened in all the black towns and black governments around states around the United States. And she knows absolutely nothing, yet she's paraded around like she's Aunt Jemima, right? Like she has this heritage in the black community, and I've done my research. You can't really find nothing on Candace Owens. Who's her mom, her dad? Go right now. Her mom, her dad. Who are these people? It's like a made-up whole life. A lot of these individuals ain't even from here. Press 1 to have no registry any damn where, probably. I went looking and say, her mom is not named. How your mama ain't named? Your father ain't named. She ain't even from nowhere. She was made up. She probably been eating melatonin pills. Press 1. She probably eating melatonin pills. For if you ask me, I don't know who this mama is. It's hard not to have nobody. Where are you from? No, this bitch was created in the laboratory. Press 1. Let's get back to it. Truth about Candace Owens and slavery. Let's listen to her. I just want you to get used before we get over there about. I want you to get used to her sales pitches. Because remember, it's not her. It's those controllers above her, which we're going to be talking about in just a few.
Reading, another topic, going back to slavery. Black Americans, it was illegal for Black Americans to learn how to read. In fact, it was so illegal that if you were a white person, you were taught and you were caught teaching your slave to read, you would be found guilty too. It was a serious.
Man, you got a lot of time immemorial slavery stories and nothing about real debt bondage and real genocide.
Serious sin. The reason for that is because they didn't want Black people being educated, because an educated mind can't be enslaved. Well, what's changed? Look at the illiteracy rates in Black America today. Look at Baltimore.
Why are you smiling so hard?
Look at the inner cities. Look at, we're in California. California, 70% of Black boys could not pass a basic literacy exam. Nobody is talking about that. You have politicians that are standing on stage saying that all they care about is Black Americans. They're not talking about everything that is harming Black Americans today, everything that is recreating the very same plantations that we came from.
Not like this. Not like this.
You ain't came from no damn plantation. Listen to me. You ain't come. You come from great kings and queens, great people. The whole West. Press 1. Y'all come from great people. You see what I'm saying? It's an enforcement. By who? Her handlers, which are who? Well, her handler will be her husband. Her husband is who? He's a Lloyd of London. Press 1. And what does that make her? A Lloyd as well. Press 1. So, of course, if her husband say plantation, she going to say, I come from a plantation. Knowing that all the great inventions that come from Afro-Americans, that's documented, let alone what was stolen. Let's just say that's so all of these people are former slaves and invented every damn thing after they were former slaves. And you ain't invented nothing. So if they former slaves and invented all this, where you come from? Oh no, we came in Christopher Columbus. When the Pilgrims, remember? It say on the document that you come from Russia and Germany and Poland in the 1900. And you came here to work for the federal government in the 1800. That's what it, hear ye, that's what it say.
Did you catch that brilliant line that Bernie had in one of the debates, which is he's not only so pro-marijuana that he wants it to be legal, but he also wants to have black business owners owning black marijuana shops.
Right.
Oh my God, that's a travesty. They also want black people to own black marijuana shops. Me too. Me too. Got a lot of friends that went to prison selling great marijuana, man. They made us all criminals. Why not? If America legalizes marijuana, just give it to black people. They're best at selling weed. Press 1. What's wrong with them? Could you believe this, Candace? They want to, we're not against, but they want to give it to black people to sell. Could you believe this? They're going to make money. Jeez, what's wrong with these people? Listen to them. Listen to them.
Black communities.
I did not catch that.
Black business owners owning black marijuana shops in black communities.
I did not catch that.
And again,
line.
I say this as someone that's pro legalizing weed,
Right.
but like we're going to incentivize black people to own black marijuana shops in black communities.
Yes.
Right, and that's why I don't celebrate. By the way, why I am conservative on the marijuana front is because when you talk about where this is happening, Chicago, I think, just passed marijuana laws. It is, to me,
What in the Lord's name? What? What?
I know it's going to lead to more dysfunction, amongst Black America first and foremost, because that's how it always is.
Everybody smokes marijuana. Why is such marijuana put on black people like chicken? Why? Why? When you go to marijuana shops all across America, it's a beautiful thing to see. Well, other nations also smoke marijuana and was criminals not too long ago. Press 1.
It's what is it about progressive policies that always leads to progressive results for the Black community first and foremost. And
This is why the Lloyds of London must be sued.
And so I am loath to be smart enough to see the debate between alcohol and marijuana, so that I can't firmly say no to marijuana. But I have a thinking brain, and I just don't see how conservatives can make a sound argument against it at the moment.
What else has to happen for the black community to break? I'm going to guess, although I don't have the book yet, that at the end you either make some predictions.
Not like this. Not like this.
Or you tell people what tools they need to really break out of this.
Yeah, you know, it's not even about making predictions, and I have my own personal predictions, but I definitely am not doing that in the book. I'm giving Black Americans a guide. I'm giving Black Americans an option, the same option that I saw before me when I started waking up, and I'm having this conversation
The same option with
with
his
you.
Black shit. Press one. That was before her. So listen to her.
You can have the option to accept this victim narrative, right? You can have the option to
I'm accepting my victim narrative because we need our reparation. Press one. That's our victimhood. Y'all sell hip hop like it's a culture when it's really just a victimhood experience that we went through. Press one. Yeah. It's not a culture, it's an expression of what we went through and what we go through on a daily basis living in a country that was enslaved by the Lloyds of London. Press one. And offshore banking, insurance companies, and banking institutions like J.P. Morgan.
say, I accept this diagnosis of cancer, even though I feel fine, walk fine, and have been living fine my entire life.
You can't blame the people who was pillaged and see a whole nother nation making a way for themselves. They watching all foreign nations, children come here to America, Ukrainians get here, and they ain't even been given not 1 cent extra. Nothing. When COVID was going on, all the Latinos got money. We broke. Kev, no matter how hard I worked, the Latinos beat me. And the illegal ones. Not the ones who work. No, the illegal ones. Then the illegal Ukrainians. They use the Latinos to embrace the Ukraine. Oh, well, look, this is illegal immigration. Let's get them over. They wasn't just busing Mexicans to Washington. They was busing Ukrainians up by way through Mexico. White people.
Accept that it's terminal illness and I'm going to live like I'm going to die any moment. Or you can develop a different perspective and you can develop a victor mentality, as I say. Forget the victim mentality, develop a victor mentality. Look back at your ancestors. Look back.
I'm looking back at 1900. I'm not looking back at 1403 when Columbus and these little made up Rockefeller historical events made up like Carimio. I'm on some real shit.
At your grandparents. Look back at what they did, what they lived through, the seeds that they planted so that you can
My grandparents are still here, weirdo.
afford to be in the circumstance that you are in today. If you are a Black American and you are breathing in the United States today, you are the luckiest among the luckiest of Black people that have ever lived anywhere on the face of the planet.
Huh? Wait. Run that back.
That they planted so that you can afford to be in the circumstance that you are in today. If you are a Black American and you are breathing in the United States today, you are the luckiest among the luckiest of Black people that have ever lived anywhere on the face of the planet. That is an incredible statement. All of human history, the luckiest Black people that have ever lived on the face of the human planet are the ones that are living and breathing in America today. Okay?
I think Candace has lost her fucking mind. I think she's lost her brain. She tried to sell it, didn't she, Elijah? Look at her try to sell it. Let's run it back. Boy, she tried to sell it, but we don't buy blackface. Press one. We buy natural from our people. Oh, I'm Indian. Press one. We know buy imitation African American. Press one. I went from Indian to Russian. We know buy fake artificial African American. No Caribbean, Virgin Island, Medi British punk. Press one. No. We want basketball, Kobe. We want Mike Tyson, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Press one. We want real shit, Tupac. Press button. We want to real shit. Press. Listen to this one here. Listen to this fucking dingbat.
what they lived through, the seeds that they planted so that you can afford to be in the circumstance that you are in today. If you are a Black American and you are breathing in the United States today, you are the luckiest, among the luckiest of Black people that have ever lived anywhere on the face of the planet. That is an incredible statement. All of human history, the luckiest Black people that have ever lived on the face of the human planet are the ones that are living and breathing in America today, okay? If you understand that, and you should understand it by simply saying, where would you like to live in Africa?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, please hurry. Take me, please. Woo! I ain't never, bro. I ain't, bro. Bruh. It's like, where would you like to go in Africa? Oh, she's the fucking robot. I told you it's like Alexa in her brain. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm.
For all that hoopla about they took us from Africa, find me a Black American that will tell you they want to move back to Africa. I will listen right now.
Or Europe. Why is it no?
I'll book the flights for them.
Or Europe. Oh my God, I cannot believe she's saying this.
Right? For any person that says we were stolen from our ancestors, I, Candace Owens, am pledging that I will book the flights if you renounce your U.S. citizenship for you to go live back in Africa.
What?
You want to cap this at maybe at 10 people,
Nope,
just in case people are punking
there's
you?
none. There's none. We did this. We did the same craziness with the Trump. I hate America. Everyone offered them money and flights. I think you might have. Don
Yeah,
Jr.
I've
might
offered a
have.
couple.
Nobody took the bait. Right?
Let me hear that again. Let me hear that again.
For them, right? For any person that says we were stolen from our ancestors, I, Candace Owens, am pledging that I will book the flights if you renounce your U.S. citizenship for you to go live back in Africa.
You want to cap this at maybe at 10 people,
Nope,
just in case people are punking
there's
you?
none. There's none. We did this. We did the same craziness with the Trump. I hate America. Everyone offered them money and flights. I think you might have. Don
Yeah, I've
Jr. might
offered a
have.
couple.
Nobody took the bait. Right?
Well, there you have it. There you have it. I told you they've been trying to get you up out of here. Check. I told you they was trying to get you to walk right up out of here. They was gonna pay you to go to Ghana. They tried to get you with Wakanda. They trying to get you to make a conscious decision, because turns out them your dead grandfathers and uncles up under that ground. Yeah, from civil wars. All them so-called people of the Civil War, that's the Great War. And them is all Negroes. And now they're trying to place themselves on them bodies. And they wasn't even here. So they need you to walk. That's why Blexa is Black Exodus. It's to get you to walk. And to not identify and find out who you are. See, that's why I got the university. See, you're going to come into yourself when you find out who you are. Damn, I feel great. I said you're going to come into yourself when you find out who you are. Somebody say fishing for souls, huh? Yes, sir. They need you to denounce. That's the only way, because human trafficking is illegal. Yeah. Yeah. So you don't really know that how rich you really are because everybody's benefiting off of your name all over the place. Probably used by 10, 20, 30, 300 people at the same damn time. That's what they've doing. That's what they've been doing. And that game is coming to a complete halt because uh, God is good all the time. So, yes, she used the word bait. Bait, like fish. So you can die on the ship. So you can die on the ship and be lost at sea forever. Mass migration. You be on the ghost ship forever and ever. Used as cargo, which mean your name while you up under the water and on that boat drifting around that sea lost forever and ever, like on some Pirates of the Caribbean Black Pearl ship. They're gonna be sending people over here by the boatload with your name and your birthright and your sovereignty and your freedom, and you're gonna be lost at sea forever, never to return. Like the first SS, which is the sailors of Great Britain, or what you call America of the King, they all wore SS on their cap. On their, they was all Navy men. They fought for the homeland, but it was. Ever wonder why all those SS is out there? They make SS about Hitler and shit. That's theatric. I keep telling you, the SS is who lost, who died at sea, who lost the war. But we're gonna get into that at KevRow University. It's amazing. It's amazing. Where Brian King at? It's amazing, right, Brian? This woman don't lost her mind. She said bait. That means they're using bait to do what? To fish. For what? Souls. Because you about to be merged with the ship as the ship go down. You ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean? And you just don't understand. you you don't understand, you know. Candace Owens basically in the black pearl of the red pill. Yeah, she's the black pearl of the. She's the black pearl. Black pearl. It's one ship, and it's sinking fast. It's only able to stay afloat for quite some time. She's going right back where it belongs. And if you get on that boat, because it's beautiful. Let's just say the Titanic. Let's think of it like the Titanic. If you don't get off that boat and start worrying about your furs and diamonds, you're going underwater with it. And it will be insured, just like the Titanic, by the Lloyds of London. Press 1. It will be devoured by the Kraken. Press 1. So, if you know anything of what I'm saying and you want to take part in these discussions and take part on Discord, I will be dropping all those links. Go to my patreon.com/KevGillsTV and be part of. Don't just talk. Don't just press 1. Don't just bam, become part of. I'm right there 24/7. Let me see.
Right? Because they know America is the greatest place they could possibly live. And
You know what? If someone takes you up on this, I'll guarantee one first class upgrade.
That's amazing.
I will do that.
There we go, right here.
I will do that.
One first class upgrade
There
to
you
go to
go.
America, but you have to renounce your citizenship to America and move to Africa. If that's really what you want to do.
If you're
Family, I'm just letting you know, these people are in cahoots at enslaving you. In cahoots. Don't worry about it, Debo. Don't worry about it. I'm talking to my students. You're not a student of mine. You're not even supposed to be in my class. So don't worry about what we pressing 1 for. Just know, press 1. And who is we? I don't know you. You ain't nobody. Don't block them. Let them sit there. Nobody cares for you. So what we pressing 1 for? Because they all understand me. You need to have your brain focused on this project that I've been working on. If not, you can be like Canelo Alvarez saying, just get the fuck out of here, eh? Hey, just get the fuck out of here, motherfucker. Press 1. Just get the fuck out of here, eh? This is my time. Press 1. The same reason. So what? I don't care about this your first time here. Take off them dumbass shoes and that special helmet. So what? It's your first time here. I don't care. But it's your first time here. Then don't speak. Don't say nothing. Go pet your dog and put your earphones on, water the grass or something. Don't try to hang out with us. These Letterman jackets over here. Press 1. Niggas, 3-4 years. Niggas, varsities and seniors over here. Then you coming from preschool. Press 1. Oh, what we? Who is you? We don't know you. This is my first time here. Even worse. Damn it. Even worse. Have a seat over there. Way in the back. Row 300. Seat 16. Press 1. Yeah, right there. Just have a seat right there in the back. Press 1. I give 2 shits about it. I'm just walking in. I just walked up in this motherfucker. What happened? What happened is you just walked up in this motherfucker. That's what happened. What's on your mind, Captain? Oh, no, this is my first time here. I don't know nothing about this, but tie your goddamn shoes up right now and pull your pants up and go sit down. No, I don't even know how I ended up here. Nigga, this Shutter Island and you retarded. And I've been sent to help you. Nigga, have a seat. You retarded. Ain't no fighting. You retarded. Everybody here was retarded when they first got here. I don't want to hear nothing. Press 1. You talking about relax. Nigga, you relax and go study. You relax. Press 1. I love my classroom. Look at him. He mad. He mad. All right, get him up out of here, ladies. See, people like him, they want to distract. I give them everything that they looking for, and they say what? Relax, man. You the one who spoke up. You the fucking, are we men? Are we mice? This nigga way in the back. I like cheese. Why y'all looking at me? Nigga, you didn't have to say it. You like cheese. Motherfucker. This ain't no motherfucking Harvard University. This is open campus. Niggas, all you niggas over here just for free lounging and shit, go over there to the E.B.T. line. I didn't want to say that. Press 1. I didn't want to tell them that the Obama phones and the E.B.T. communistic takeover democratic baby, what y'all doing in here? Ass niggas is over there. Press 1. They allowed to be here by way of the courtesy of the U.S. government who say Roe versus Wade. Press 1 or some shit like that we can't leave you behind. Don't go sit over there, bro. You get a special card and you get a free ticket and a free bus ride. Press 1 because you need help, nigga. You get a free bus ride to school, virtual school. That a bitch. You like how that works. You can get a free bus ride to virtual school, nigga. You can get to school. What the fuck did I need? What they give me this ball? You got a ruler, too. Press 1. You didn't need that. You ain't finna measure shit. Press 1. Anyway, I'm sorry, Bungalows. I had to give it to him. There's always 1 or 2. Press 1. Because you got to wake these niggas up. We in here talking about something real, bro. We talking about historical events. And you playing around. We catching Candace on her insurance guru friends. Press 1. Out here infiltrating the people. Hey, this ain't no regular class, man. We talking about Candace and how she speaks for slavery on behalf of Lloyds of London and Blexit and all the other friendly people they got over there in the Pilgrim Society who overran the Indians. Press one. Candace ain't special. In fact, the congressman already called her out. Press one. I told y'all I watch C-SPAN. In fact, the congressman already called her out. Let's take a listen to 3 minutes on her, and you'll see why she did what she did to Kanye West.
In congressional hearings, the minority party gets to select its own witnesses. And of all the people that Republicans could have selected, they picked Candace Owens. I don't know Miss Owens. I'm not going to characterize her. I'm going to let her own words do the talking.
That's
I'll
right.
play for you the first 30 seconds of a statement she made about Adolf Hitler.
I agree. I actually don't have any problems at all with the word nationalism. I think that it gets, the definition gets poisoned.
Yeah. You see her face? Look at her face. Look what she did to Kanye. I don't know why she thought this was gonna pop. She put it on Kanye. She's good at this.
The definition gets poisoned by elitists that actually want globalism. Globalism is what I don't want. So when you think about, whenever we say nationalism, the first thing people think about, at least in America, is Hitler. You know, he was a National Socialist, but if Hitler just wanted to make Germany great and have things run well, okay, fine. Problem is that he had dreams outside of Germany. He wanted to globalize. He wanted everybody to be German, everybody to be speaking German.
All right, so my first question is to Ms. Hirschenoff. Ms. Owens said, quote, if Hitler just wanted to make Germany great and have things run well, okay, fine. The problem is that he had dreams outside of Germany. So when people try to legitimize Adolf Hitler, does that feed into white nationalist ideology?
It does, Mr. Liu. I know.
Wait, isn't that like white nationalism? Oh, yes. Oh, so if the Jews know this, it's white nationalism. This is all his talking points. Press one with a conservative face. With a conservative. This is what? Unbelievable.
It does, Mr. Liu. I know that Ms. Owens distanced herself from those comments later, but we expressed great concern over the original comments.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Owens, I'm sorry. We just started a recording. Would you like time to respond to that?
Yes, I think it's pretty apparent that Mr. Liu believes that black people are stupid and will not pursue the full clip in its entirety. He purposely presented an extracted clip.
The witness will suspend for a moment. It is not proper to refer disparagingly or to a member of the committee. The witness.
Wait a minute. She tried to hide under the black guys. Oh, shit. Oh, snap, bruh.
The witness will suspend for a moment. It is not proper to refer disparagingly or to a member of the committee. The witness will not do that again. Witness may continue.
Sure, even though I was called despicable.
Witness may not refer to a member of the committee as stupid.
I didn't refer to him as stupid. That's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. You didn't listen to what I said. May I continue?
Please.
Oh my God, you better watch it. You better watch it. I don't give a fuck what you said. You didn't refer to him as stupid. You said you think black people are stupid. She used the race card. You won't refer to him as stupid. He thought she called him stupid. No, he said you think black people are stupid. He said you ain't gonna refer to him as stupid. Maybe he thought, oh, I thought you meant black people like sloppy. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe he fucked up. I don't know. But I know she's in the wrong entirety. Go ahead.
to refer disparagingly or to a member of the committee.
Ms. Owens, I'm sorry. We just started recording. Would you like time to respond to that?
Yes, I think it's pretty apparent that Mr. Liu believes that black people are stupid and will not pursue the full clip in its entirety. He purposely presented an extracted clip.
The witness will suspend for a moment.
He must have been
It's
asleep.
not proper to refer disparagingly or to a member of the committee. The witness will not do that again. Witness may continue.
Sure, even though I was called despicable.
Witness may not refer to a member of the committee as stupid.
I didn't refer to him as stupid. That's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. You didn't listen to what I said. May I continue?
Please.
As I said, he is assuming that black people will not go pursue the full 2-hour clip. And he purposefully he cut off, and you didn't hear the question that was asked of me. He's trying to present as if I was launching a defense of Hitler in Germany, when in fact, the question that was asked of me was pertaining to whether or not I believed that whether or not I believed in nationalism, and that nationalism was bad. And what I responded to was that
you said Hitler had some great things. Yes, he extracted it. That was the major key point. But if you go back and listen, you did a fine job at taking from Hitler what was 100% statistically correct and riding with it with y'all little Brexit propaganda.
I do not believe that we should be
That's why Kanye was saying what he was saying, correct? I mean, that goes back to Milo being part of Kanye's management. Press one. So she be removing and adding herself as around and protecting what needs to be protected. But once you on to the propaganda, you'll see her for who she truly is.
Hitler as a nationalist. He was a homicidal, psychopathic maniac that killed his own people. A nationalist.
Oh, he killed his own people. Press one. Oh, my goodness. Oh, like Stalin. Press one.
Not like this. Not like this.
He killed his own people, huh, Candace? Speaking racially, meaning they're in the same bloodline. Right, Candace? I mean, what you're saying is Hitler was a Jew, and the Jew is German and Polish. That's what you're saying, aren't you? So that's what we understood to be. That's what she said. Press one. Did you hear it? She said Hitler slaughtered his own people. What that means is Hitler was a Jew, and he slaughtered the Jews. And he's known for slaughtering the Jews and the Holocaust. Right? All right.
Would not kill their own people. That is exactly what I was referring to in the clip, and he purposely wanted to give you a cut-up similar to what they do to Donald Trump to create a different narrative. That was unbelievably dishonest, and he did not allow me to respond to it, which is worrisome and should tell you a lot about where people are today in terms of trying to drum up narratives. By the way, I would like to also add that I work for Prager University, which is run by an Orthodox Jew. Not a single Democrat showed up to the embassy opening in Jerusalem. I sat on a plane for 18 hours to make sure that I was there. I'm deeply offended by the insinuation of revealing that clip without the question that was asked of me.
Candice Rice. Press one, Candice Rice. Oh, what a tyrant this one is. This is going to be hilarious. This is a breakthrough moment. Oh, my goodness. So, Mr. Shapiro, all of the things like that, just listening to this woman speak about history is hilarious. I really enjoyed it. I didn't know it was this fun. You feel me? I didn't know it was this fun. Let me listen to one more clip. Let me see something.
I 100% call it a plantation. I think that once upon a time they were enslaving our bodies. Today they have successfully enslaved our minds. And you see that because there's such vitriol and hate when we're just talking about different ideas. There's no reason. I haven't come up here and said anything that is going to negatively impact a black person in this room. I never say anything that's going to
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Instagram took over everything, took the fuck over. Let me see. Candace Owens on hearing confronting white
To your
supremacy.
use of the word hilarious.
Let me see.
To me, this feels a lot like your reaction to being named in one of these manifestos. Now,
Oh,
you're of course not responsible for the words of somebody writing that document, but I do think that laughing at it is a real problem because these are real families that are impacted by this violence. And I think our efforts towards
oh, she's known for
have to
attack.
start from a place of mutual respect, which is what I've heard from this side of the table. Now, the reason we don't have those numbers, I want those numbers as much as you do, but to say the numbers don't show something is simply not supported by the data.
Okay, and I have 38 seconds left, Ms. Mulligan, if you want to respond within that time.
The only thing I would add is that it's in the name. Terrorism, domestic terrorism, it terrorizes us. It terrorizes us in our homes. It terrorizes us in our schools. And to the points made by the other panelists, it is disproportionate to its impact on any individual life, and it's not.
You reject the idea it's something that doesn't matter, or it doesn't really matter?
Absolutely reject.
Okay. All right, so here's where we are. Every member now has had 5 minutes and... Okay, and Mr. Clay, so we have 2 members who have not, so I'm going to go to the 2 members who have not yet, and we'll give an opportunity for a closing thought to any member who wants before we go.
Am I next to respond, or is Mr. Meadows?
I thought Mr. Meadows was next.
Mr. Meadows, okay.
Mr. Meadows is next, then Mr. Clay, then to you, Mr. Jordan.
Ms. Owens, obviously this is a gang up on you,
I'm going to have fun. We're going to have a lot of fun, of course, over at KevRow University. I'm just bracing myself over time to figure out how exactly, what more evidence is going to come out that there's more than to the Andrew Tate, the Red Pillar, Pearl. There's got to be like a lot. I mean, I already put up, I already did a lot of Lloyd of London exposures of Candace and her lovely husband, of course. But, I mean, like owning Parlor and Kanye and the bank and all of these things that sort of kind of happened to Andrew Tate. I'm really just watching Snake eat snake. 424-209-9506. I see somebody's been trying to call. If you've been trying to call KevRow, hit me up. 424-209-9506. I'm about to go on and go to class. So if you got something to say, you want to ask me, feel free to do so. I'm trying to find this one thing for you guys. I think I found it, but I don't know what I did with it. Okay, there it is. Okay. So, like I say, these are the same people who are in the red pill. These are your red pill, the ones who are laughing with Candace Owens and all of that. These are your red pillars. You got me? These are your people who's coming in with this. There's an issue with the modern so-called woman, and something is wrong with you, and you've dated and slutted yourself out, and you'll never find a husband, and this one and that one. It's to say that is to give you low confidence. That's how the devil thrives. That's how the devil thrives, is when you have low confidence. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air. What up?
Yeah, I've always respected your work. I've always respected how you get down to the truth. And getting there, I was saying, she reminds me of Marcus Garvey.
She reminds you of who?
And Marcus Garvey.
Go ahead.
The purpose Marcus Garvey had, to be meeting in the background and funded in the background by supremacists.
Yes, Walter Plecker, of course. These are all Germanic. Well, I believe Walter Plecker is Adolf Hitler with a facial, with a surgical mask or some shit. You know how they do facial surgery, but I think they all played a part in enslaving black people and getting them enslaved to foreign banking and Lloyds of London. Go ahead.
I believe you're right. And the way that she flips back and forth so easily. I mean, in one way, she understands that no one's paying attention to her.
Yes.
In another way, she understands that everyone is paying attention.
Yes. So she has to come at both angles like a little witch. Like a little witch. She's it's a cold thing that's a cold propagandist tool to learn. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's propaganda. It's propaganda, and it's dualistic in a way. Like I can see now. I always ask myself, why didn't BLM have a manifesto in their back pocket? They wouldn't give that to BLM.
No.
BLM is the cash.
Yeah, that's the scapegoat. BLM was the scapegoat. They were all to cash in and make money off of the actions of Black Lives Matter from these insurance companies and Soros and other Antifa and, as I say, these bankers right there on Lime Street, the Lloyds of London, the world's leading insurance market. Go ahead.
Well, that's the other part of it is that in 2008, when the economy crashed, was it really because of housing, or was it because of the betting on housing, against housing? And when you start betting, you're talking about insurance.
Well, if that's
It
what
seems
if
like-
if it's the insurance game, if that's what we're talking, then we're talking Lloyd's, the world's leading insurance market. That's crazy. So therefore, Black Lives Matter's destruction of property they advocated for, yet Candace Owens sits here and advocates for the opposite and rakes in a good $7 million for Blexit, her and Officer Tatum. That's weird. And then they come out and trash Black Lives Matter, Patrice, for not putting money back into the community, yet they raised over $7 million and have yet to expend what they actually did, other than several $1 million on flights and shopping sprees. Go ahead.
And Candace lands on Patrice's doorstep as if she doesn't have a clue.
Ain't that something? And she's practically, virtually doing the same exact thing.
Wow.
So her husband is
Wow, well,
Lloyd's. He's for Black Lives Matter, of course, because they make a lot of insurance money, correct?
Right.
And she's anti Black Lives Matter as a scapegoat to blame them and make money on top of it. Damn, this one is crafty. Go ahead, Queen.
And put the ideology in Kanye's hands.
And put the ideology on what?
In Kanye's hands.
Yes. And make him crazy as you venture off and play like you're not around. You don't even mention them in a bad. You don't have nothing to do. You're not there. You're not there. And we just saw you come out with White Lives Matter using Kanye as stage prop. So it's kind of like you led him to his own demise. That's deep. That's deep. That's deep.
It is very deep. And for you to, oh man, to understand this up front. And to
I mean, Kanye has a lawsuit with Lloyds of London.
Yeah.
So, but we're going to get.
Because
go ahead.
This company he was reclaiming as his, who really owns it?
No. I'm talking about Lloyds of London, Kanye West, Lloyds of London lawsuit.
I got to learn more about
All right, I'm about to play it next, right before we get back into the red pill. I'm glad you brought that up. Anything else, Queen?
All right. No, that's plenty. I appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys out there in the virtual world contribute to KevRow University at patreon.com/KevGillsTV. Make sure you at the correct tier, which is $30. If you below that, you won't be there. You will see some clips on my clips, but it's just going to be on my Patreon, and I'm going to end up just editing, and I'm just starting this new way of interacting with my core audience and making sure that they get what's important. and we stay on curriculum. Make sense? So if you need the link, make sure you send me a message on Patreon. Kev, send me the link. I'm going to send you the link. I'm going to post it to my Patreon members. But if you're on Patreon and you're a contributor to my Cash App or something, and I'm going to send you the link as well. Say you're at a lower tier and you've contributed to my Patreon. I'm just going to send you the link because I know who you are pretty much. But at the same time, make sure you're over there at the correct tier. God bless y'all. Listen to Kanye briefly talk about this lawsuit with Lloyds of London over canceled shows. Press one.
Look at Kanye's $10 million lawsuit.
CBS 2 entertainment reporter Suzanne Marquez joins us with all the details. Hi, Suzanne.
Hi, Pat and Rick. Now, remember when Kanye canceled his tour last year? He was hospitalized for exhaustion and sleep deprivation. 21 concerts refunded. And it looks like the insurance company, Lloyds of London, doesn't want to pay.
Wow.
That's Kanye ranting on stage shortly before his tour was canceled. In his lawsuit, he says Lloyds of London wants to deny his claim because of marijuana use. But there are reports West may have been taking prescription pills, which led to his breakdown. Kanye's lawsuit also says the insurance company leaked information about his medical condition to the press. A spokesperson for Lloyds.
Wow. Press one. Wow. Wow. And that's why she was on. And she up here talking about marijuana. Listen to this shit, y'all.
Lloyds released a vague statement saying they, quote, meet their obligations quickly and effectively where a claim should be settled.
You see? You see? Check. You see that? You see? All right, family.
Back in October when Bobby...
Family, y'all got to wake up. These little agents that come out here, red pill, black pill, all this, is the same people. Press one. This woman in the engine should not be here. You see that? This is them. This is them. Now, I'm going to go into further detail. You see, we truly represented the party of Lincoln until the flood left more than 200 African Americans displaced, forced to live in camps where they were treated horribly under the Secretary of Commerce, Herbert Hoover. Press one. Look. 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 Kev Gills, the historian. That's all I really got to say is we are truly a network of history, and they're actually using our historical context, and it's just time to put everything in order and not just be so out there with it. I'm going to break it down. The Wizard of Oz, slavery is the choice, the Tin Man, what? The Cowardly Lion, Dorothy, Press One, Following the Yellow Brick Road. All of it dealing with commerce and making you what? A commercial citizen, eligible to be trafficked because by way of cargo. You've been snapped. You're just cargo, human cargo. And how the banking institution in association with the insurance companies actually created this matrix for you to live in. So you ask me, what is the matrix? Well, the matrix is what you live in. It's debt bondage. It's the matriarch. Press one. It's debt bondage. You're being charged every second. Every second you're being charged in your trust accounts, being used as leverage to do this. This is like digital commerce in a way, but they got insurance on you. You're born. They got insurance on you. These are the people who bonded you and put you into a different slavery, which God told you you would not go before. Press one, by way of citizenships. See, this is maritime law. You on a ghost ship. They using your name, and your name got millions attached to it. And they been dipping in your pot this whole time. Yeah, I told black people in America that y'all are the owners of land here. And they've tricked you off the land. It's illegal for banks and international churches or anything to even own real estate in the Americas. And because you don't know law and you bibbity bopping up the street, you don't know what the matrix is. And it's really a numbers game. From organ numbers to limbs, wherever Lloyds want to insure. Press 1. Did you know that the Lloyds of London is the insurer of rappers? But we're going to talk about that at patreon.com/KevGillsTV. Make sure you're on the correct tier. Press 1. So what is the Yellow Brick Road? Well, on Lime Street is the Lloyds of London. You're going to find out it ain't no gold. Press 1, you the gold. Right there on Lime Street, where all the gold is. Press 1. Where all the gold is. And all black people are enslaved by Lloyds of London. They've been trafficked by way of insurance and human cargo certificate. And Candace Owens is a byproduct of the Lloyds of London. She is here to convince you that it's your fault why you was enslaved, that slavery's a choice, that her husband and his family don't owe you shit, and that no. Remember, way back, it didn't start with them. No, it started with the Lloyds. Yes. And it started with J.P. Morgan and Carnegie and the Rockefellers and the oil tycoons. See? She don't want you to wake up to that. She wants you to remain ignorant of the truth because she's a product. They don't think you can handle the truth. I know you can handle the truth. You wonder why it's easy to do this and that to individuals around the world? Well, if you're the Lloyds of London, the biggest insurers on earth, press 1, you can do a lot of things. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. But they are the ones who enslaved African Americans. And what makes it important is African Americans are the original colonists. They're not Africans. They're the original royal colonies. They banished slavery in the late early 1800s by way of the king and established the ship itself. This whole 13 colonies or 12 colonies of the original George Washington, I told you they're all the same. George Washington is King George. He's King George and he's El Presidente. You get it? He's the president of your own bank and he's king. So, you chasing African stories and Indian stories are all fabrications of the Matrix because they're all time immemorial illusions. So you're confused in the dream world, which is Wonderland, which is a state of mind, compos mentis, which means what? You're insane. You live in an insane world. That's what you're insane. You're not competent. So they're competent. They become your estate holders and give you food stamps. You're not worth more than that. They want to give you marijuana. What? No. Why? I don't know. George Lloyd Farmer and George Floyd sounds eerily similar. And to call George Floyd a crackhead, don't put respect on his name. What are you trying to do? Legalize your husband? But we'll get back to it. I mean, if you're willing to do Black Lives Matter, who's to say George Floyd didn't have insurance on him? Who's to say Kevin Samuels didn't have insurance on him? Who's to say these people over here didn't have insurance? Maybe you guys are putting insurance on people. I don't know. I have no idea. What I do know is you speak for Lloyds. So everybody got insurance on them by way of Lloyds, the world's leading insurance market. And you don't understand what they own. All you see is the white man. The white man did this. And no, Mr. Gillespie is taking you to the Wizard of Oz and showing you how the Lloyds of London enslaved you. (424-209-9506). Anybody want to place any calls before I get some brunch and get ready to go to class? Hit that Cash App. If you would like a shout out for broadcasting and supporting this broadcast, let me know. There will be a exiting, a final. I'm creating an end page, right? So credits go to my Cash App supporters. If you want your name in those credits for the month, go ahead and hit my Cash App. It's a shout out to the people who gracefully support this incredible venture of information that we're on. They call me the Black Joe Rogan, of course, the urban conservative. And if you want to participate in any of these conversations, I am doing Zoom today or the next, I don't know how long it takes, but some type of video call. And you can actually take part in our nightly classes and shows here at the U as well. So a lot of different changes coming, a lot of great conversations, a lot of fun, like pre-class, and then we're going to class. You feel me? So sign up to the Patreon, of course. Let me see. I'm here. Hey, I'm here. Shout out to, who is this? Who is this? Let me see. Oh, I hate this. Mr. Harris, Stephen Watson, Fletcher, Loyalty Trucking, and Remy. Shout out to you guys for supporting this broadcast today. Patreon members will be also at the correct tier as far as KevRow University. Your name will also be on those those end credits for supporting this broadcast, of course. 424-209-9506. They said they wanted to know what the Matrix is. I mean, you gotta speak. I mean, we're talking Lloyds of London. We're talking Candace Owens. We're talking Mr. Farmar, how that all relates to the usurpation of all this blue pill, red pill shit. Okay, so you got to show some dedication. I can only do so much. I can get up here for an hour, 2 hours a day, get in and get up out of here. Okay, so if you want to, if you want to be a part of that, let me know. You know, because now we're dealing with Agent. We're dealing with the Matrix, Wizard of Oz. We're dealing with the movie concepts. All this going to be a part of the show. Make sure you have your questions ready to learn something. We're going to be doing what I tell y'all about the 13th and 14th Amendment. It's easy to be a man and sit up here and press one. But I was just telling you, see Mosley, Elijah, you got to do more. Fletcher, you got to do more. You got to do more. Robert, slavery is a choice. What I tell y'all, that Andrew Tate shit is like some some swordfish shit. Excuse me, Waterworld must be watching the show. Shout out to Waterworld. Slavery is a choice. All this is the sign of the Matrix. And how is it a choice? Everybody been on this internet talking about the Matrix for 20, 30 years. Press 1. This the first time. Everybody been sitting up here talking about the movie The Matrix, what it mean, and nobody has talked about it to the extent of how it relates to humanity right now. So you got to learn how to take advantage of that. How that relates right now, not in no conscious and all this astronomical astro projection of a lot of feelings of great thinking. And no, this relates to you. How you are a slave, Neo, and how you became a 10-man tax identification number. Press 1. How you became a slave, but you're really rich. Why you don't have nothing. I'm trying to explain that. So shout out to the people who support this broadcast. I love y'all. And I'll see KevRow University in class. Coffee and Kush TV. Thanks everybody for tuning in to this program. If you want to be a guest on the show, please hit me up at kevgills17@gmail.com or on my patreon.com/KevGillsTV. And as always, family, I'll holla.